Hey everybody, I'm David. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, today I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on around me and maybe a little bit about my health because things have definitely changed. So, what's going on around me? I live in upstate New York and we just had our first fairly large snowstorm in the last couple of days. I'm still having problems with my heat, and hopefully they're going to come this next week and get this figured out. I have heat sometimes, heat not sometimes. It's difficult, and I need to get this squared away before the next round of freezing temperatures comes around and causes more damage in my house than I need. So yeah, I'm still wearing a hat. I'm still wearing long sleeves. I'm wearing winter gear inside just because that's kind of what I do. I'm from Florida. I have Florida blood still, even though I've been upstate for 20 years. I still have, my blood still needs some warmth. So physically, I'm starting to get around a little bit more. I looked at um, I looked at my Apple Watch with my step counts, and in November, I was doing like 50 to 100 steps a day, which is horrible. And it wasn't because I didn't want to do more steps. I just physically couldn't do more steps. I didn't have the strength, and I was having something going on with my body. Again, I mentioned in my last post, I think it was the nitrites, the fat. I don't know. It was just because I ate too many hot dogs and sugar, of course. I still have a problem with sugar. I've never had like a real addiction, even though I've dabbled with this, dabbled with that. I've never had an addiction to the point where I had a hard time quitting like I do now with sugar. Sugar is extremely difficult for me to quit. I'm trying to find other ways to get my sugar fix that isn't sugar, because when I eat sugar, it causes my metabolic issues to just explode. It makes things extremely difficult. I was um, I was in November. I walked like in some cases, some days, 50 steps, which is mostly just going from my bed to the bathroom and back. In some cases, I could get to the bathroom, but getting back, I'd end up falling down right at the doorway of going out of my bathroom into my bedroom, and I'd end up crawling across the floor in my bedroom to get back to the bed. And I didn't have the strength to get back up into bed when I got back to my bed. I would end up having to like lay on the floor for an hour and get my strength back. Like it was crazy. I can't even explain it. And I'm not totally sure that that was the sugar. I think that that was partially, like I said, I was eating so many hot dogs, it was stupid. I ate so many hot dogs. I was mainly eating hot dogs. I'm glad to say now I'm eating mostly luncheon meat. I'm eating some. I buy milk powder and I end up drinking milk, a couple glasses of milk. I get a lot of my protein from my milk, and I mix my milk with a little bit of sweetener. Like I'm using monk fruit sweetener at this point. I don't have any more allulose, so I'm using monk fruit sweetener because it's easy to get from Walmart, and it tastes really good and it's pretty cheap. I like it a lot, but I mix one of these Walmart drink mixes, and I've been using berry pomegranate. I don't know what the exact word is. Pomegranate. I use berry pomegranate drink mix, which has vitamin A and vitamin C, and of course they want to talk about all the vitamins, and there isn't too much garbage in those things. But I take a little bit of that and I mix it with milk powder or milk, and I mix it with ice. So I have ice, some of that berry pomegranate drink mix. I've also tried the orange strawberry. They have one that's orange strawberry banana. I've tried that as well, and that actually tastes okay with milk. It tastes good with milk. And I can drink a shake with milk, and I get 8 grams of protein for every glass of milk that I drink. So I've been getting protein from my milk and my Black Forest ham, and I'm trying to think what else I've been eating. Oh, and I've been eating a lot of tuna. I love these. I'm going to show you this one. I love these things. And I was never a tuna guy. I've talked about this before on this channel. These smart bowls, I could eat these every day if I wasn't worried about the I don't know what the stuff are that tuna gets. If I wasn't worried about the chemicals in the tuna, I would eat these smart bowls every day. Maybe I'll have to figure out if I can just eat chicken in those packets, because I actually enjoy those, and I can. Those things are 4.5 grams. 4.5. Yeah, they're 4.5 grams, whereas the other Starkist and the other Walmart um, packets of tuna, they're 2.6 grams, which is like, that's not even an appetizer. But these ones that are 4.5, I can actually eat one of these. And these things all, so far, I haven't had any that were bad. They all taste good. They have beans and quinoa. They have some carbs, so it actually fills me up a little bit. But I've been eating these smart bowls too. I've really been enjoying them. So I'm eating Black Forest ham, Starkist smart bowls. I ate a couple of tortillas, and some American cheese, which the American cheese at this point is probably not doing me any good, but it's just what I do. It's what I'm doing. But yeah, my diet, I'm still just so addicted to sugar. I can't even, like, I feel stupid even saying that, because I know it's a problem. And I've been addicted in the past before. Not addicted like I am to sugar. But I grew up in Florida in the 80s, and there was plenty of drugs around. I could have dabbled with any drugs that I wanted, including alcohol, including real drugs. And I could have done all that. I was in the Navy. I don't know if you guys know this, but there is quite a cycle. There's a whole clique of drugs in the Navy, and that I could have been a part of. But for the most part, I didn't. I never really needed drugs to like I never had an addiction, like, physically, to drugs. I always used drugs as an escape from whatever situation I was in, which, honestly, any drugs that I had used, alcohol or whatever, in the last 20 to 30 years that I've had, probably kept me out of trouble. It kept me from doing something that I would have regretted to somebody that, like, it probably saved me in a lot of ways. But I never really felt like I was really addicted to anything. I mean, at one point I felt like I was probably having too much alcohol in my life, but I didn't really feel addicted. Like, now I feel addicted to sugar. And I laugh and I talk about cookies on this channel, and I talk about Pop Tarts and other things. But I got to just say that, like, I spend a lot of time reviewing my food that I'm going to buy in the next month or the next couple of weeks. And inevitably, my quick first run through is like some healthy stuff, but there's always a bunch of garbage that I add, Little Debbie's and Pop Tarts, and just garbage that I add that I have to, like, spend several days, like, reviewing the garbage that I added and deleting it off, and then adding positive things that I could eat back onto my list. So if you guys have suggestions of positive things that are good to eat, and they don't necessarily have to be sugar, because there are some things that I'm eating that aren't necessarily sugar, but if you have any suggestions, I'm open to hear them. At some point, I want to maybe use some almond flour, and maybe I'll make cupcakes someday if I can ever do it with almond flour and monk fruit sweetener or allulose sweetener and cocoa. I do buy sometimes some good cocoa, or some good sometimes I buy some good what is it, cayenne, not cayenne, um, Ceylon cinnamon. I buy good cinnamon too, and maybe I'll make some cinnamon cookies or something. I don't know, something delicious. But I'm also finding that I'm really, really wanting to buy more peanut butter. And of course, it's never unsugared peanut butter. It's always the garbage Walmart peanut butter with all the sugar and all the additives, all the stuff that is probably causing me some of the problems I'm having. But oh man, it's so delicious. I just want some of that so bad. So yeah, lately I'm having like, I'm actually health wise, I'm feeling better. I'm gaining weight. Like for me to gain 3 pounds, I've complained about gaining weight on this channel before. I gained 8 pounds in the last month. So I'm pretty happy about that. And there's no fat. I'm not fat at all. I have no like fat in my chin or my arms. It's all like muscle or um or just I don't know, maybe it's fat. It's not fat that I can see, but maybe there's fat inside that's kind of adding up some of the weight. But I definitely added 8 pounds of weight, which is, I know most people that wouldn't be exciting, but for me that's exciting considering how skinny I was. I mean, I looked like I can't even tell you what I looked like, but I looked horrible. And for me to gain 10 pounds, I still need to gain 15 more pounds and I'll be happy. But yeah, I gained a bunch of weight. I'm happy about that, which again is all mostly healthy. Like there is some garbage in there that I've been eating, but I feel like that's the carbs that I kind of needed to gain some of that weight. I wasn't eating enough carbs to gain enough weight, and I was having a hard time eating enough protein to gain the weight. You know, getting the carbs from the protein or the milk. I was drinking a lot of milk. I bought non-fat because I didn't want the saturated fat. I bought non-fat milk powder, and I was mixing that with Walmart drink mix, which is vitamin A and vitamin C, and a little bit of monk fruit sweetener, which I would drink, I don't know, 2 or 3 of those a day. And I did buy some. I bought some oatmeal. I haven't used that yet, but I want to add some oatmeal into those too in my next round. So I'll eat a little bit of oats. I think that'll help me gain some more weight too. Yeah, so I'm having a problem with my heat again. Like, I don't exactly understand how it works. I mean, I keep getting air in my heating lines, and it makes it so my heat doesn't work. And then, of course, it's my system isn't getting the heat that it needs, and I end up leaking. I get leaks in pipes, and I'm having problems again. I'm having to have these guys come out and try to figure out my heat again. It's such a pain in the ass. I can't wait to live somewhere where I don't have to worry about freezing temperatures again. I'm just looking outside right now. So I live in New York, and we had a pretty big snow event in the last 3 days, which I think it's going to mostly melt off because it's supposed to be 40 degrees in the next couple days. But I'm pretty happy of hopefully getting this whole thing to melt off and be gone, and hopefully it won't be quite so freezing. I think it's supposed to be 40 degrees in the next couple days, which will be nice. So a couple positive things. Maybe I'm getting to the other side of this weather. The days are starting to get long again. I'm starting to see that already. I'm starting to notice that. And my health is starting to get a little tiny bit better. I'm physically able to get around a little bit better. I just have to really watch what I eat and make sure I have the strength to finish doing what I start doing. Because in some cases, like my mind is telling me, you got this, go do it. But then my body gets halfway through what I'm trying to do, and I realize, oh crap, I don't have the strength for it. Or maybe I don't have maybe I didn't eat enough carbs and I just don't have I don't know, the mojo to finish what I'm trying to start. I mean, again, like I said before, in in um, in November, I walked 50 to 100 steps a day, which is like nothing. That was enough for me to get to the bathroom and back most of the time. Sometimes I got to the bathroom. I got to walking out of the bathroom, and I would fall down on the floor. Luckily, I didn't hurt myself again, but I would fall down and end up having to crawl across my floor, which is luckily carpeted and is padded. So I'm lucky with that. But sometimes I would end up having to crawl back to my bed to get back into bed, and it's not like that's embarrassing at all, but it is extremely embarrassing. makes me sad. It makes me feel stupid. Um, but yeah, I'm starting to get my health back, feeling like I'm getting my health back. I'm feeling stronger. I'm gaining weight, and the more that I'm gaining weight, the more I'm able to physically spend more energy, which is kind of good. I'm still trying to keep my calories up without just having to add a bunch of garbage, which is extremely difficult. For me to hit 1,000 calories a day without eating Pop Tarts and cupcakes is extremely difficult. I don't know how you eat like enough meat to get 1,000 calories. And again, like I said, I've been getting a lot of my protein from from uh, from milk. I get a lot of protein from milk and just ham, just deli ham is mostly the protein that I'm eating. Oh, and I've also been eating these Smart Bowls, these Starkist Smart Bowls, which I know that I talked about these. I know I talked about tuna before, but I never loved tuna. I was never a big tuna guy, but I'm getting to be a tuna guy. I can eat one of these Smart Bowls, and I get, I don't know, 20 grams of protein, and they actually taste kind of nice. Some of them are really good. I like the ones that say that they're hot or bold. Those are really tasty. Some of them are not so great. Like the ones that sound basic, like hickory smoked, or the one that I ate was tomato basil, not so excited about that. But I've got this citrus one that I'm getting ready to eat next tomorrow, and I had that one before. I really like it. The lemon pepper is really good. The ones that say bold or spicy are really good if you're gonna buy these Smart Bowls. They're pretty tasty. I like the Smart Bowls because more in each. There's more food in each pouch. There's tuna plus beans and quinoa or rice. There's like more girth to these things than there is to just a regular tuna pouch, which I also like those too. But I like these Smart Bowls. They're much tastier and they're much more filling. I can scoop a bag of one of these onto a tortilla with a slice of American cheese, and hopefully that's not my only meal for the day, but it's definitely a good portion of the meal that I'm going to eat in the day. So I've been enjoying these Starkist Smart Bowls. They're kind of delicious. Yeah, I'm going to be pretty happy when this whole winter cycle is done and I get my heat back on and it starts working right, which will hopefully be tomorrow, and things start getting back to normal. Like I said, I'm starting to get around the house a little bit better. I still have to be careful, like going to do something, and I have to make sure that I come halfway back before I get too committed to going to the other side. Because if I can't get back, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's embarrassing. I end up spending some time crawling around my house like a 2-year old. If I just don't have the strength to get back to my bedroom where it's warm, I have to crawl, which is kind of embarrassing. I mean, it's happening less than it did 2 months ago, but it still does happen. It's embarrassing, but it's been very difficult. I'm definitely adding more steps every day, which is good. I don't know when it was like, I don't know, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, when I was eating mostly beef patties, which are now so stupid expensive I can barely afford them. But when I was eating so many burger patties, I was easily walking 2,000 steps a day. And then, like I said, that happened all the way up until November. I was walking about 2,000 steps. And in November, something happened. I don't know exactly what it was. I think those hot dogs and the nitrites and I don't know, the fat or the sodium. I don't know exactly what it was that caused me the problems. But physically, it made it so that I just did not have the strength to complete any cycles. Like I had a hard time, like I said before, I had a hard time getting my strength together to get to and from the bathroom. That was all the strength that I had, which was about 100 steps a day, if that. Now I'm back up to 1,000 steps a day pretty regularly, and I have the strength to get to and from my kitchen much easier, which is good news. Because I have a water filter on my refrigerator in my kitchen, which I feel much more satisfied drinking filtered water than I do drinking the water from the tap. Like, I mean, I'm not against tap water. I'm not too good for it, but I feel like, I don't know, I don't feel like they take too much concern or consideration of the safety of the water where I live, and I feel much safer with it from through a filter. But for me to get to and from the kitchen to get filtered water was extremely difficult. Now I'm finding myself actually able to do that much more and much easier, which I'm pretty happy about. I can hear them removing snow across the street. That's why I keep looking over there. They're doing something, um, snow blowing or snow throwing or something. Because we did get about, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches of snow, I think. I think about that much. But yeah, so I'm physically starting to feel a little bit better. And I'm hoping in the next um, week to 2 weeks, I'll make like much bigger bounds getting better. Because I'm definitely, like I said, I'm gaining weight. I gained 8 or 10 pounds, and hoping to continue doing that for the next couple of weeks. I'd like to gain 25 pounds in the next month or so. If I can somehow eat enough to do that, that'd be great. If you can eat enough tuna and deli ham to do that, I don't know. I might have to eat more tortillas. I think I'm not totally sure. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, so things are going okay. I'm doing better. I feel like I'm doing better. Once I get my heat done, then things will be much easier. Hopefully, the Giants and the Bills will start winning more games again and doing better, and I can get some positive momentum in my brains with that. That'll be nice. I'm still trying to figure out how to get out of my house and move to Florida. I want to get out of here and get. I don't want to have to wear hats all my life. I mean, I'm not a winter hat guy. I'm a Florida guy. I'd much rather deal with hurricanes than I would with snowstorms. So yeah, I'm trying to map this out in my head. If I can get past this whole physical thing, I got to start getting myself out of here, out of this freezing cold weather. I'm not made for this. Anyways, I hope this has been interesting, and I hope you're having a great week. Give me a thumbs up if you thought this was interesting. If you're subscribed, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please consider. Hey, next week, I'm going to show you guys what a skeleton key looks like if you don't know what it is. That's why I can't leave my key outside and just leave it out there so that people can find it and come in my house and not knock my door down. Because I have a door that's probably, I don't know, 200 or 300 years old from my house. My house is that old. And my door has a skeleton key in it that I don't even know if I can lock it or unlock it from outside. I know I can lock it inside, but I'm not even sure if I can lock it or unlock it from the outside. I don't even know. But I'm going to show you guys what that looks like so that you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not like a key like from Lowe's. It's like a key from like Scooby Doo or something. It's it's kind of cool actually. Cause yeah, my house is probably, I don't know, 200 or 300 years old, something like that. And yeah, the door is that old. My door is original, probably from the house. It's like an old, 2-inch thick wooden door that has that big old skeleton key stuck in it that I can only lock from the inside. I don't even know if I can, like I said, I don't know if I can even use it from the outside. I think I can. I think there's like a little flap that you can pull over and you can stick the key in and lock it or unlock it. I'm pretty sure you probably can. I just have never used it for that. I've always just locked it from the inside. See, I'm gonna be pretty happy to get to get some more no fat or low fat milk with my sweetener and I'm going to mix some oatmeal in with it, and my drink mix, my strawberry drink mix, and I'll be drinking that as my protein with my Black Forest ham and my tortillas. I'll be eating that for the next probably month because that seems to be doing me good, making me happy, keeping me satisfied, and somehow gaining weight. And I'm trying to get myself away from the sugar, which is extremely difficult. Like I said before, I'm addicted to that sugar. I just can't. I have to have some kind of sweetener, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to use the monk fruit in the milk with the berry mix, the berry powder mix. Hopefully, I'll get my sweet fix from that because there's always Little Debbie, and Little Debbie loves me. I think Little Debbie wants to marry me. I think. I'm not sure. Which I probably would have been better off with her than the person that I stuck with. Unfortunately, there would have been there probably been a lot less alcohol in my life with Little Debbie than there was with the other one. You know, who knows? Anyways, hope you guys all had a great week. Hope you enjoyed this. This isn't even a rant. I wish I had something good to rant about, but I just don't because all I've been doing is staying focused on weather, but trying to focus on sports to give myself something to think about outside of my health and the weather because I don't know, it seems like that's the only thing that's been tying up most of my time. I am happy though that right now it's 4:26 and it's still light outside. Just a couple days ago at 4:22 it was pitch black, completely dark. Now it's a little bit light again. I'm happy that it's going to be lighter soon, lighter more. I'm happy about that. And yeah, hopefully this week I'll get my heat squared away, and I won't have to worry about that so much anymore. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks. Bye bye.